All right, hello team. It is time to get started. Thank you for joining me for this 45-minute full body strength workout, no cardio. All right, we are just focusing on strength. So we're going to take that intensity down, take the conditioning out, just work on our strength. For equipment, I am using a plyo box. This will be for step ups and maybe supported rows. If you have a chair, something sturdy to step on, you can use that, but there will be a modification window. I'm also going to be using my gliding discs. All right, paper plates for work, towels. If you don't have those, I also have a modification window. As for reference on weights, I have a single 10, a single 15, a single 25, and a set of 30s. Okay, so that's just for reference today. We're going to get started with a warm-up. Let's start at the floor today with some breathing, okay? So lay down on your back, feet on the floor, hands on your ribs. I want you to inhale through the nose, and as you inhale, I want you to feel your fingertips spread out as your ribs spread out to the side, okay? So inhale, ribs expand to the side. Exhale, fingers come back together, ribs coming closer together. Exhale, or inhale, and exhale. One more, inhale, and exhale. Good. Knees up, hands against the knees. Give pressure and do the breathing again. In through the nose. Exhale. Make sure those ribs are expanding. Inhale. And exhale. Pressing into those knees. One more. Nice work. All right, we're going to go into a side plank now. Elbow under shoulder, hips forward, knees in line, all the way down, okay? We're gonna hold with this abduction if you're there, or with a straight leg. If not, we're back down here, okay? Just 30 seconds, not very long. We're gonna get the other side, and then we'll get moving a bit. There we go. Make sure we're in line, okay? We don't wanna hinge back this way. Hips are lined up, stacked under the ribs with the shoulders all the way down. 3, 2, and 1. Let's switch to that other side. Nice work. We're just doing some activation, not a lot of cardio to get started today. Here we go. Lift again. Bent knee, knee down, or straight leg. Check your pelvis. Make sure it's in line here. We should form a straight line with our body from shoulders to ribs to hips on down. Hold 15 more seconds here. Shoulder over elbow here. Good form. If that's too much, bend that knee or bring it down. 5 seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Rest. All right, one more here. We're going to come down, kick your left leg out. All right, we're going to bring our left elbow to our right elbow and then reach up and look. Good. A little stretch there on the inner thigh with a nice thoracic spine twist here. Good. In and out. Just finding mobility today, some movement through our joints, finding our breathing, all the things to prep us for this workout. 3, 2, and 1. Rest. All right, to the other side. Kick that leg out. Right leg out. Right elbow down. In towards that left and up. Reach and give it a twist. Good. In and out. Nice work. One more here. 3, 2, and 1. All right, give me 15 jumping jacks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. We have our supported row coming up, team. I will be using a 25 for that. And I'm going to go ahead and get my box out as well with this. Okay. Right hand down, weight in your left hand. We're going to pull back into that row. Today our tempo is a 2 tempo, so I want you to go 1, 2. That's not 1, 2 down, okay? We can also put our feet across from each other if that feels better and helps you find a nice neutral spine. Good. 1, 2, 1, 2. Think even 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, up and down. Smooth motions, a little pause at the top there. Good. Tempo. Nice and smooth. Pull towards the hip or the rib cage here. Halfway, other side, same thing. We're right into it, team. All right, weight in the right hand, right foot back or not. Row and release. Smooth. Keep those reps coming. Focus on controlled movements. This way we can make sure we have the right weight that we can control. And when we slow down on that eccentric, there's also strength to be gained there. A lot of times we drop it. We swing our weight. We use momentum. Today we're going to take that momentum out. Three, 2, and 1. Excellent. All right, we have a chest press from the floor, okay? All right, and I'm going to use my 30s here on this one. Laying on the floor. You can use a bench if you have one at home, okay? 3, 2, and 1. Again, thinking about that 1, 2, 1, 2. But count the 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000. All right, slow and controlled. No rushing today. Exhale on the push. Think about your breathing. Inhale on the eccentric lowering phase. 3, 2, woo, and 1. Nice work. All right, we're gonna go into a little bulldog with a rear leg lift. I'm just gonna leave my weights out here. All right, so we're gonna come to our hands and knees. Our knees are gonna hover. Look at my modification and just hold this if you need to. 3, 2, and 1. We're gonna lift that right leg back. We're drawing the navel in. All right, exhale. Expand the ribs like we practiced. Keeping from dumping the belly, okay? Don't dump the belly. Good, back and forth. 40 seconds are our intervals today. Don't think I mentioned that, but 40 seconds. Good, shoulders are over your wrists. Excellent, keep it coming. Woo, give me one more. 3, 2, and 1. Rest. Excellent job. All right, we have one more in this circuit. We have a lateral lunge. We're going to use our discs today. All right, I got to make sure I keep some room here for us. All right, so we'll do our first one without weight, and then we'll add weight if we want. Grab a disc. You'll do a lateral lunge if you don't have the disc, okay? Slide out. Draw it in. I want you to push in. Push in. Catch your adductors there, okay? That inner thigh. Out. Drag it in. All right, chest is up. We want to find that lateral gliding lunge by actually squatting down, okay? A lot of times what I see at the gym is people leaning over thinking that they're getting there that way, okay? We want to sit, keeping that chest up. 40 seconds on this side, and then we'll switch. Slide out, push in, drag in. A towel will work on a slick floor, a paper plate halfway. Let's switch the other side. Out to the side and in. Good. Slide it out. Drag it in. We'll be able to add some weight if we think we can on the next round, okay? Ooh, push in and glide. There you go. Make some resistance by pushing in as you drag it in. Drag it into the floor. Drive it into the floor. There you go. Feel that? Yay. All right, keep it coming. 5 seconds here. And then we've done one circuit already. 3, 2, and 1. All right, as you can tell, some unilateral work today. Yay. We'll scooch this back just a bit. We're gonna get ready for those rows, okay? Supported. One hand down. You can use a chair, anything that you have at home. Maybe a ottoman, okay? All right, right foot back. We're in a row here with that right arm. You can go to the left if you want. I know I started on the other side. I realize my weights are in the way a little bit. There we go. Remember, we want to exhale and pull that weight towards the ribs, the lower ribs to the hip, okay? Not underneath the chest, but back. Good, that's it. Halfway, other side, team. Gonna move my weights just a bit. Here we go, other side. Really focus on your breathing. Exhale on the row. Inhale on the release. Keep the shoulders out of your ears. Try to square up your hips. Good. One more here. 3, 2, and 1. Rest. All right. We have that chest press from the floor, okay? Chest press from the floor or from a bench if you have one and you would rather do that. Remember that 1-2 tempo, okay? Here we go. 3, 2, and 1. Smooth. When you get to the top, right back down into it, okay? Try not to rest, but keep them moving. The whole 40 seconds. Really smooth. Take out momentum. I want you to push and lower with strength. Push and lower with strength. That's it. Weights go right up over the shoulders. We're exhaling when we push. Inhale as we come back down. 3, 2, and 1. Rest. All right, we have that bulldog plank with a rear leg lift or not. All right, if we're working on just holding that bulldog for 40 seconds, that's what I want you to do, okay? Knees are slightly hovering. Here we go. 3, 2, and 1. Hover. Draw the navel in. Here we go. Kick it back. What we're trying not to do is dump our belly, okay? We don't want to dump our belly. Back and forth here. Keep the neck, the head, neck, and spine in line. Excellent. That's it. You got it. Maybe you do a few of these and you realize, oh, it's getting tough. Just hold. Hold that bulldog. Feels so good. We got this. 3, 2, and 1. All right, not only are we working core, but we're also working the upper body strength to help us with our push-ups later. So awesome. All right, lateral lunge. I'm gonna go with a little weight. I think we're gonna do my 15 on these gliding lateral lunges. We can hold it here or bring the weight inside the leg. Here we go. Out slow and controlled. That's the name of the game today, okay? Slow and controlled. Slide it in. I don't think anything I have on here is about power or speed. Everything's going to be controlled. Good, that's it. Drag it in. Catch those adductors, those inner thighs. Woo! Here you go. Out and sit down, okay? Sit down. I shouldn't see the top of your head. I want to see your face. Okay, give me one more. Woo! Halfway. Let's switch, team. Again, a lateral lunge will suit you just well for today. If you can find a place to glide, you'll really love this one, I promise you. Drag it in. Good. That's it. Create some friction. 15 more seconds here. 7 seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Rest. Okay, nice work. All right, we have one more round of this, okay? One more round. We're going to start with that row, that supported row. Grab your weight. All right. Right hand or left hand. The leg that goes back is the same as the side the weight is there, okay? So I have it in my right hand, right foot back. All right, pressure into my box here. Remember, you can do this from your knee, a chair, a bench. All right, we can even go to the floor. Smooth motions, lift and lower, lift and lower. All strength today. You can do it. Slow down, be in the moment. Don't let your mind wander. Halfway, other side. Give me 2 more. 3, 2, and 1. Rest. All right, nice work. We're back to the floor. I'm grabbing those 30s again just for reference. All right, team. Whew. 3, 2, and 1. 1, 2, count again. Nice and smooth. Whew, I love these kind of workouts. All right, we was just talking, I went for a run with a friend yesterday, and we were talking about at our age, having been people who raced and trained a ton, how we have to really start listening to our bodies. That, when we were in our 20s and 30s, we just showed up and did the training that was on the paper that was set for us to do. And now we might show up with an idea of what we want to do or need to do, and our body will tell us something else. 3, 2, and 1. So I love this when we slow down, when we're feeling a little lower on energy. Okay, that's kind of me today, actually. I'll be quite honest. It just happened to be that way. This was already planned, but all right, bird dog. Or no, I'm sorry, bulldog. Let's go back down to our hands and knees. Hover for me. Woo-hoo, I'll turn this way a little bit. Hover. All right, draw in, get your position. A little bit of a tuck of the pelvis, not much. All right, we want to kind of hollow out and then start to kick back. Make sure you find that first. No dumping of the belly. All right. Drawing in with each breath. Exhale as you lift. Drive it with the heel. Draw in. Remember that breathing we did at the beginning where our ribs expanded out to the side? That's what we're doing. We're exhaling. They're coming in together. Then we're inhaling. They're expanding to the sides. 3, 2, give me 1 more. And 1, rest. All right, nice work. We have those lateral lunges again. I'm going to go, I'm try to go a little heavier. We'll see how that works. All right, last one in this circuit, team. You're doing great. Keep it up. Stay with it. Stay focused. Here we go. And up. Good. Now, I'm adding weight here. If we're having trouble controlling the disc, all right, or keeping our chest up and getting a good bend here, a good squat, then I want you to resist going with more weight for now, okay? Please form first, okay? We want to be stable here. We want to have control. We want to have some good mobility and range. So once you have that, then start loading, all right? Start small, dream big, and then go from there. There you go. Halfway. Other side. Woo, there you go. Same with your lateral lunge if you're not gliding. Just make sure form is there. Sometimes we pick up that heavier weight and we lose some range. We may start to tilt and think we're moving, but we're really just pushing our hips back. We're not really getting that bottom down into that squat. So look in the mirror, watch yourself, get the form. Woo. 5 seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Rest. All right, we have 30 seconds. That's it. But listen, team, it's YouTube. It's a video. It's recorded. If you want a minute to 2 minutes, go ahead and do that. I forgot my water. Shoot. But we're going to start with another circuit. 3 exercises here. We're going to start at the floor. If you need a mat under your knees, find that. I'm going to go with a 15 on this. All right. We're going to go with the right knee down, left knee up, right weight at your right shoulder. And we're pressing straight up. A little shoulder press here, half kneeling, 90-90 in the knees, in the legs here. Exhale to press, inhale to lower. Think about that 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Nice, smooth, controlled. What I love about this half kneeling position is that I'm stacked a little bit better at the hips and the ribs. Keeps me out of that lower back. And it keeps me from using my body to push. 3, 2, and 1. Good, we're gonna switch sides. You know, you might notice like, wow, this is harder. This is the weight I always use standing, but in standing we can kind of push press. Here we go, 3, 2, and 1. Right knee up, left arm pushing. There you go. If it hurts to have your knee down, find a pillow, a mat, something, a towel, that helps there. Okay, push, back down. Again, with those smooth motions. Try not to hang out at the top or the bottom too long. Keep those reps coming. Weight goes right up over the shoulder. 3, 2, and 1. Rest. All right, we have a step up eccentric. Okay, so we're worried about the lower phase, the lowering phase. All right, we're not worried about stepping up. That's the easy part today. Look at my modification. You're just doing a reverse lunge the same way. Let's start up. 3, 2, and 1. Step down. This is as slow as you can go. I'm pushing the weight out as I come down. All right, and then back up. That part does not need to be slow. We're really just worrying about the eccentric, this lowering phase of the step up. All right, we want to keep the knee over the second and third toe. Oh, as I talk about that, I lose balance. All right, so we're really looking for stability here. So we may not need any weight right now. We just may need to practice stability of that leg and hip and knee as we lower. Woo, good. Halfway, switch sides. We have 40 seconds on each side here because we're moving slow. There we go. As slow as you can go, okay? This isn't about going slow, but just slower than we're used to. You really need to see how long it can take you. If it was a contest, we would all be seeing how long it would take somebody to put their back foot down, okay? So we'd all be trying to beat each other on how slow we can go and be the last person to touch down. So that's how slow I want you going. Good, one more. 3, 2, and 1. Rest. Okay. We have dumbbell overhead calf raises. So we're going to hold a weight here. If that bothers you, hold it here or no weight at all. You can just do balancing calf raises, okay? I'm going to go, ooh. I guess I'm going to go with a 25. I normally do 20. Here we go. 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. Up and down. 40 seconds of work here. Little calf raises. If we already have trouble with our balance, we may not want weight overhead. You can bring it down, take it out, just work on those calf raises. If it hurts to be overhead that long, because we do have shoulders coming up, just go here. All right, team, we're halfway, over halfway. Keep coming. Make sure We get there onto our toes. See if you can stick it a little bit instead of bouncing and rushing. Whoop, you might fall, but see what you can do to hold it just a bit at the top. 3, 2, and 1. Rest. Okay. All right, doable. Okay. Shoulder press again, half kneeling. Look at my modification. You can stand doing this just as well. If you have any knee issues or it hurts to be on your knees, I understand. That's fine, okay? No worries. All right, here we go. Left knee up. Weight at your right shoulder. Here we go. Press. Oh gosh, didn't get the right weight. I thought that felt great. I thought it was stronger. All right, I was like, whoo, where'd that energy come from? Lighter weight. All right, again, we have a little bit, we're stacked here, okay? We don't want to dump our belly. Pull those ribs in. Exhale to press. Inhale to return, to lower. Good smooth motions. Don't stop the motion, okay? The movement, keep it coming. Try not to pause at the top or the bottom. We're just moving, 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 getting as many reps in as we can with controlled movement. 3, 2, and 1. Other side. Here we go. Right knee up. Weight at the left shoulder. Here we go. 3, 2, and 1. Press and down. Good, smooth. Exhale. Inhale. You know, this is kind of a low key in terms of not doing a lot of conditioning, getting the heart rate up. But if we really stay focused and we really work on slowing down and we really work on pushing and pulling and lifting and lowering and doing all the things intentionally with our mind here, it can feel pretty hard. It can be a tough push, which is great. That's where I want you to be today. There you go. Woo, 3, 2, and 1. Rest. All right, we have that step up. All right. Or a reverse lunge, okay? All right, we're gonna get ready for this. 40 seconds each. Kind of tough, all right? If it becomes too much, put your weight down. All right, here we go. 3, 2, and 1. Press out. You're pushing out as slow as you are lowering to the ground. You're trying to time them perfectly together, okay? So I'm pressing out, chest up, trying to get that full extension out in front as soon as that foot hits. And remember how slow. See how slow you can go. I wish we could time ourselves and see if we could beat our time before, going even slower. Woo! And the idea here, also behind going slow, and I'm losing it, is to have that stability, right? Making sure the knee is not valgus, it's not caving in. Woo-hoo. All right, we're halfway. Let's switch. All right. Want to keep that knee stable over the second and third toe. Hips, knees, ankles are stable. And we can stabilize better by going slower, but that doesn't necessarily make it easier, okay? It just helps us to stabilize. Woo! We get more control. All right. You might find that you go really slow and then you plop. That's okay. When you get to that, be mindful when you get to that point on really working hard. All right, it's just a weaker spot in your squat. 3, 2, and 1. All right, rest. Woo-wee. I was cold when we started. Not so much anymore. All right, dumbbell overhead calf raises. We got this. Remember, that weight does not have to go overhead if it's uncomfortable for you. Work on balance first, right? We want to be able to go up on our toes and stick it before we add any weight. 3, 2, and 1. Woo, we're overhead. Here we go. Big smile. We have one more round here. We're going to do 3. And then we're going to move on to a little posterior chain work as our finisher. And that's it today. Man, for 45 minutes, this is flying by. I don't know if it's because we're having so much fun. You tell me. I know I am. All right, 12 seconds. But I'm weird like that when it comes to working out. It's always a good time. 5 seconds. 3, 2, and 1. I don't think there's an exercise I don't like. I have to think about that. People will ask me. All right, was that already 3 of them? Oh, we'll see. All right, we have a half. No, it was not. There's no way. Here we go. Yeah, let's go. Weight at the right shoulder, left knee up. All right. I thought there was one more round, but I got a little lost there for a second. Keep that smooth motion, team. Keep it up and down. Nice and controlled. I didn't turn my watch on for this. I hope you did. Man, that's okay. It's okay. It's not the end of the world. You know I was here. I know I was here. I know you were here. If you leave me a comment, I'll know if you were here. Don't forget to leave me a comment. Press and release. You got it. 5 seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Lovely. Other side. If you're tired of this, just know this is your last one today. Here we go. Right knee up. Weight at your left shoulder. 3, 2, and 1. Press. Smooth motions, continuous up and down. Just very little pause at the up or the down. Woo, there we go. Nice work. There you go. If I had to pick 2 exercises that probably make me work the hardest, that I struggle at, that I have to keep working at, it's going to be pull-ups and burpees. I love them both. I love them both because they offer a good challenge, but they are the ones that take a lot of brain power, strength, willpower, all the stuff. Woo, here we go. 3, 2, and 1. Nice work. All right, step ups again, okay, with that eccentric focus. I don't really care about your step up. I don't care what that feels like. It should be easy. It's the coming down that I want you to really, really focus on. All right, team, last round on these 2, okay? We're chipping away. Let's go with that right foot up. Here we go. 3, 2, and 1. Lower. Now you might find that, the first one you were getting it, you were going a little fast, maybe not slowing down enough. Second one, you did a great job, and now we're tired. All right, you just do your best. Put the weight down. Maybe you find that you tip your box a little lower. Do what you can, not what you can't, and always keep good form. So if you are really wobbling or that knee is valgus, go lower. Go to that lunge. All right? Modify for good form. Woo! There you go. Reach out. Halfway. Left foot. Here we go. We're up. Easy peasy. It should be. But this is the work. All right? All right. Good job. Yeah, you're feeling the shoulders. Did I do that on purpose? Maybe. All right, so we pressed overhead, pushing the weight out across. You can see that's like our front arm raise there. We're holding it out in front. Oh yeah, you can feel them. It's okay. Go lighter if you need to. Slow and controlled. It's a little double doozy here on the shoulders. 3, 2, and 1. Excellent work. All right, weight overhead for those calf raises. All right. Last chance here. This is good. It's great. Again, kind of on the shoulders, right? Holding that weight overhead. Woo, on the core. 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. Up and down. Get as high as you can. See if you can stick it at the top and then come back down, okay? So I shouldn't see a bounce. All right, we're up. And we're down. Again, smooth motions. Just think smooth. All right. There you go. We're not jerky. We're not quick. Whew. We're not swinging. We're not powering through. We're controlled. We have control. We have control of our bodies today. We have control of our minds. Don't forget it. 3, 2, and 1. All right, rest. Team, we're moving on. This is our finisher. I have a modification in the window for this first one because I'm going to be using my discs. The first time we're going to do an eccentric. I'll show you what you can do to up the game on the, on the second exercise. I suppose we can do that. All right. We're going to lay down though here today. This is a doozy. Just do your best. It's only one time through. We will kind of touch on both, but just know that. All right. All right, here we go. We're going to raise those hips. We're going to push out nice and slow. Drop the hips. Bring it back in. Okay, team? So stay with me here. We only have one good round of this today before we're done. In 3, 2, and 1. Push out. Nice and slow as you can go again. Drop the hips. When those hips want to drop, bring it back in, okay? So extend out as far as you can go, keeping the hips up. When you can no longer do that, lower, bring it back in. Good, we're up, out, nice and slow. Nice eccentric work on the hamstrings. We're gonna bump it up a notch on the next time we do this, okay? Yes, I said 1 round, but you'll see what I mean. There we go, back in, lift, 3, 2, and 1, rest. All right, we're gonna go into a single leg glute bridge. We're gonna cross that left ankle over the right knee, right foot flat here, all right? We're gonna raise and lower through the right leg only, okay? Getting glute, hamstring again, but just from the right side. 3, 2, and 1. Here we go, lift and lower. I even like to press into my heel and lift my toes off the floor just a little bit. We'll have 30 seconds here with this right leg. And then when I tell you, we're gonna hold, and we're gonna hold for 30 seconds through this right leg, okay? Now, if you need more of a challenge, okay, we can extend this leg out and do it here. If you like this feeling, which I do because it's more doable, I have better form, I'm gonna cross my ankle here. Love this because it also opens up the hips while we work. This is halfway. I want you to just hold, keep those hips up as high as you can here. So we kind of form this line between our shoulder, hips to knee, okay? Squeezing that glute, ooh, driving that heel in, breathing. Good, ooh, feel it, you got it. Gonna stay here. We're almost there. Here we go. 3, 2, and 1. Oh my goodness, all right. We're going back to our discs. You can stay with that first one or my modification where we're out here on that hold, that glute bridge. Your feet are really far out and you're driving in and away, okay? So you want to catch your hamstrings on that. Here, if you want, we can draw them in and out without the eccentric, okay? 3, 2, and 1. So now I'm going to push out. This is really hard, okay, team? Sometimes I can't even do it, all right? It's pretty tough. I'm going to try it today since it's only 30 seconds. But what I want you to do is try to, if not do this, just do that eccentric that we did at the beginning where your hips are down when you pull it back in, okay? Keep working here. It's going to be a little bit longer than the last one. Here we go. Keep working. Woo! Good. 1 more. All right, we're going to go into that left leg, okay? Here we go. Cross with that right ankle over the left knee. We're gonna lift up and down. Single leg bridge here, okay? Again, by crossing this leg, it's a little bit easier because we don't have to hold this leg up, right? So we're really just focused on this side, which is really nice. If that's not enough, then we can lift and hold here. Slightly harder, trying to keep this leg up. All right, there's no support for it. So you have to keep that hip up. Here with that cross leg, it's a little bit better. We can just focus on that left side. All right, nice work. We're gonna go into that hold. So keep the hips up on that left side. This is the last thing we do today. And we're gonna stretch out. You really rocked this workout. I hope you enjoyed this full body strength with no cardio workout. Nice work. Keep holding. Lift those hips. Try to form that line between the shoulder to the hips to the knee. We're almost there. And 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, I had a little mix up in my timer. Those times might be just slightly off, but we got it in. All right, nice work. Let's go ahead and stretch a bit. We're gonna start in a Z-sit while we're here at the floor. Let's bring that heel, that right heel towards the knee, 90-degree bend, all right? This is your Menopause Muscle FIX workout. I will tell you what, my perimenopause had me up a lot last night. It comes about once a month for 3 nights in a row. Anybody else have that out there? And by the 3rd day, I'm practically an insomniac. And then that process goes away and it repeats the next month. So I'm a little bit out of it today. But I showed up, not too tired to do a workout. This was the level that I needed. I hope it was for you too. Please remember that I love a variety of intensities. We should be practicing muscle endurance. We should be practicing strength. We should be practicing functional. All right, we don't want to get into one pocket or style of training, because then when we're out there, that doesn't prepare us for everyday life, okay? So remember that, but listen to your body as well, okay? There we go. We're leaning forward in that hip. Let's go to the other side. So in this discussion I had with a friend on our run, you know, there are days that I show up and I plan to do maybe 15 reps of everything, a little bit more of a hypertrophy, or 12 to 15 reps. And, you know, I'm feeling really strong. I'm feeling really good. And I change those reps and might change a couple exercises and I go into some good strength moves, okay? For 40 plus, I usually recommend maybe 7 reps being that lowest rep that you go to. Some people have great joints, great mobility. Maybe you could drop to that 5 or 6, but typically 40 plus, I say 7's a good spot. See how much weight you can push at 7 reps. Once you progress to that point, you can't jump into that right away. Despite what you're seeing out there, don't jump into that right away. You want to start with those higher reps, lighter weight, and work yourself up. Work that strength in, okay? All right, nice work. Let's go ahead and bring that left arm across the body. Fingers wide, look away. Anyway, so listen to your body. Again, like I said, some days I know I do an upper, I do a lower, I do a strength day, I do kind of a conditioning, muscle endurance day. Depending on how I feel, I might have to change that. So a high intensity day, I still love them, I still can do them, but there are days that I can't just show up to it, right? I've got to switch it up. So go ahead and cross the body. All right, look the other way. So I know it kind of stinks as we age to have to think about those things, and I'm struggling with it myself, but it's very important, and you just have to give yourself grace. You really do. That was something my friend and I were talking about. We have to know that those changes are coming, and it's okay, and it's good to listen to our body, and it gives us a chance to try yoga, go swimming, do something more low-key than what we're used to. All right, find other purposes to our workouts and other things we need to focus on, which I love. All right, let's go ahead. Let's go down to the floor. How are we doing on time? Not too bad. Let's cross that right ankle over the left knee. I'm going to have you reach around the back of that thigh and just release the hips again, kind of like that Z sit we did, but now from our back. We're going to stretch that hamstring by lifting that left leg up, pulling those toes towards your shin. All right, and then we're back down. And up again. And down. Go. A little stretch on the hamstrings here while we're stretching our hips again. Woo, good. That's nice. Let's bring those feet down to the ground. Let the knees head right. So that right ankle is over the left knee. And we're going to let the knees fall right. All right, I'll come this way. And we're going to look away. Look away. Just breathe here. Maybe 3 good breaths. In through the nose. Out through the mouth. Good, we're back up. Cross that left ankle over the right. Reach behind the thigh there on the hamstring. We're going to extend that right leg. Pull those toes towards the shins. All right, back down. And up, hold. Feeling that stretch on the back of the thigh and those hamstrings. Back down. And again. And down. All right. Feet down. We're going to let those knees fall left this time. All right. A little twist. Open up those arms. A look away from the knees. Breathe in through the nose. Out through the mouth. In through the nose. Out through the mouth. One more for me, in through the nose, and out through the mouth. All right, nice work. We move this box out of the way. We started with those thoracic twists with our leg out. Let's go ahead and stretch that inner thigh. We had those lateral lunges or gliders. Push back till you feel that stretch here. All right, we're gonna get the lats by bringing that right arm out. So left leg is out, right arm is stretched out. We're gonna try to lead with the chest towards the floor. We should feel a stretch under our armpit and in that inner thigh, okay? Breathe here again, big breaths. I like to feel feel the ribs expand. I'm having trouble with my words, I apologize. In. That tends to happen with lack of sleep, right? Good, in. And out. In and out. Good. Let's bring it in. Other side, kick out that right leg. This is our last one today. Push back, left arm out. Feel that stretch under the armpit, in the inner thigh, leading with that chest towards the floor. Big breath. So proud of you for joining me today, for showing up for yourself, for pushing yourself, for making the time. 3, 2, and 1. All right, let me know what you thought about this workout. So happy to be here with you today. If you haven't checked out the program, Menopause Muscle FIX, this is part of that. I have a playlist set up with the other workouts for the rest of the week. They're a split workout. It's a full body, upper, lower, or total with maybe some conditioning. And you can split those up into 2 days and get a good 3-day workout on strength and conditioning this week, okay? Let me know if you have any thoughts. Thank you so much. I will see you next time. Bye-bye.